Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with a new video. I want to say thank you to you guys who watched our previous video with Little Mo that we recorded on Saturday. Thank you so much for all the love that we got all on Sunday, which carried on into Monday. I mean, y'all really went in for the Scorpion show on Sunday, and I want to say thank you all so much. Thank you to everybody that followed Little Mo. Little Mo probably got like at least 1,000 followers from us, okay? I know she got at least 1,000. So thank you guys for going over there and following her, showing her so much love, coming on the show. You know, I was a little bit nervous having her on the show because I know some people going to be like, well, who is Little Mo? Well, ain't nobody checking for Little Mo. But you know, when that interview was up and people actually gave her a chance and watched it, they fell in love with her all over again. So just thank you guys so much for watching that for that interview. And Mikkel was the one that set the whole interview up and everything. And you know, while we was recording, some people thought that I was nervous on that video. I want to let you guys know that I was not nervous, but I was concerned on how I was looking on the camera, because if you didn't notice, first of all, I'm not in my right spot. So I'm like on the opposite side of Mikkel, and my body is being faced to her. I'm looking at the camera to make sure that the camera is still recording because I didn't have the charger on there and I didn't charge the camera up all the way. So I got the whole interview. And Little Mo was just talking so much and answering all the questions while, you know, that I didn't even have to ask. I was just enjoying myself. So I was not nervous at all. So some people thought that, but I wasn't. I really enjoyed myself with that interview. Lil Mo was just a nice person, like, from the beginning. Like, soon as we met her, she was just cool as hell. And I really want her to come back on the Scorpion show, even if it's just to talk about a topic or something. Like, that's how much fun I had, you know, with that interview. You want to add on?
I was reading the, of course I read the comments. I was reading the comments and I thought collectively, I thought that a lot of people who left comments, what they were saying, because I didn't watch the video until probably, what's today? Tuesday?
Yeah, today Tuesday.
Yeah, I watched the video yesterday when I was at work. And so I let the video gather its views and then gather its comments before I decided to watch. And before I watched, I was reading the comments to see what everybody was saying, and it seemed like everybody was saying somewhat of the same thing. So then I watched for myself to see what they were talking about because I was there. And so maybe it was because I was paying attention to Little Mo that I wasn't paying attention to you. I mean, I was paying attention to you, but I mean, you know, our focus was on her. But I think that what people were saying was, it wasn't so much of you being nervous. I think a lot of people said it was your body language that kind of looked like you were like. But you know what? A few people said something that I thought was really, really good, and I thought it was good advice. A lot of people said that what you should do is, before we interview people, you should kind of like do a practice interview by yourself and don't think so much about the question that you're going to ask, because a lot of times when you ask your question, when you ask your question, it almost,
because I wanted to come on so professional.
But see, that's the thing. But see, that's the thing. That's the.
Because I wanted to be right. I don't want this to be all ghetto.
No, but I understand exactly what you're saying. I understand exactly what you're saying, because Lord knows, before we do an interview, I always say, Lord Jesus, please. Please, okay, please, Lord. I don't care about Kevin. Just look after me. So no, but I'm just saying. What you should do is you should try to not think so much about what you're going to say, and just say it naturally. Just like how me and you, when the camera's off and we be talking about stuff and talk about people, and you know how we. That's what I always do too. Whenever we interview somebody, especially with Little Mo, I kind of look at them as a good girlfriend or a friend of mine who we're about to start gossiping, and she's about to, or he's about to tell me something that I don't know about, so therefore I'm going to listen, and I'm going to ask all the questions I need to know to get the gossip and the tea. And I think that's kind of how me and Little Mo kind of were acting towards each other, because I think if you didn't know anybody, you probably think that me and Little Mo had known each other for a while, but I don't know her. It doesn't matter. You know, but I think you did much better than what you've done in the past. I just think that it's one thing if two people say it, then you can be like, okay, well, you know. But then when you're reading comments and there's like 20 people saying the same damn thing.
Yeah, like, okay. if you notice, I don't think anybody noticed, but I actually turned off the like comment just so I can see what more people had to say. Because, you know, when some people say something and you basically agree, you know, everyone hits the like button. I'm like, no, I really want to hear what people have to say. And someone was like, you know, you should have like cue cards, like that says like the Scorpion Show on the back, like how TV shows do it. But I don't want, it's a great idea, but I don't want it to be like I'm reading from a cue card to get my questions. But maybe I could do that until I get better, because I'm not professional. But you know what? It wouldn't seem natural, because you want to be able to flow off of what they're telling you before you.
I can't speak for. Well, I can speak for me. That necessarily wouldn't work for me because you know, I don't think that would work for you either. Only because it almost already seems like you're reading from a cue card anyway when you're asking the questions, because you want to be so precise about how it is you ask it. You see what I'm saying? So I think that probably wouldn't be too good for you. I just think that you should, what somebody left in the comment, and I thought it was a really good idea, is that you should, before we do interviews, days before, you should like sit in here maybe by yourself and just act like you're talking to somebody. Child, I told you before in the past, on past videos, that I talk to myself all the time, so I do. I mean, so then when I get in front of somebody, it's easy for me to talk, because I'm talking.
But all I know is I had a good time, and I think we all had a good time.
Oh, it was so much fun.
I'm gonna try to get Lil Mo to come to this barbecue. Like, I want her to come out and just have a good time.
Well, she's pregnant, and she's 7 months.
Baby. But we'll see. You know,
I mean, she'll probably already had the baby before. Yeah, but I'm saying she'll probably had the baby before the barbecue. But I mean, that still be kind of early for her to like
say it. But we'll see. I know I'm trying to work on that. Trying to work on a location, but it's definitely August the 4th. So don't think that it's not going to happen, because it's going to happen. Also this weekend, I got a chance to go see Patrik-Ian Polk's The Skinny, which is still playing at the Ritz Theater on 4th and Chestnut. So if you live in the Philly area, you have until Thursday night to see the movie. It's about a movie where 5 gays, they meet up for New York Pride, and during that New York Pride, it's a bunch of drama, a lot of sex drama in that movie.
So basically, it's a typical Pride.
Well, yeah, what goes down a typical Pride, but it had its twist in it.
That's what they did.
If you like to keep it safe, and if you're not one of those people that's a hoe, you know, I really enjoyed that movie. And the movie also had, now you're not going to stop talking.
I'm sorry.
I really enjoyed the movie because, you know, it's basically not the lifestyle that I live, but it's like,
no, I know I could, but I won't, because it's
no. I just know a lot of people that have been through some of those situations, and it was just really good. And you know, the movie also had a lot of facts about HIV and HPV and how to flee. And oh my God, I'm not gonna go into all of that. But the movie just had a lot going on, and I want to say congratulations to Patrik for finally, you know, getting the movie out and, you know, getting the movie into theaters. And I really encourage you all to go see it. And, you know, it's hard to get these movies in these movie theaters and to get sponsors to do it. But Patrik is making it do what it do. Shout out to Anthony. I think his Twitter name was That Damn Dustin. They came out, they were actors that was in the movie, and they came out to shampoo, you know, to help promote the movie and everything. And you know, me and Patrik was talking, and Patrik, I'm serious, no more movies without, you know, Kevin and McKelv. All my other fellow bloggers can be in a movie. You know, I seen B. Scott, I seen Andre Allen, I seen Derek L. Briggs, you know, a couple other people, you know, get us up in there, even if it's just a YouTube video. You know, get us in one of your movies, Patrik. So you can go to this, I believe it's theskinnymovie.com to find out where the movie is playing in your area. And it's normally playing like 1 week in each cities. I know it was in Houston, Chicago, New York. But I definitely recommend y'all to go see it. Or if you can't make it to the theaters, it's going to be on Logo in July. And I believe the movie will be out in August. Or the movie is coming on in June on Logo, and it'll be out on DVD in July. Whatever the case, make sure y'all go check out Patrik-Ian Polk's The Skinny. Was there anything else that I did this weekend? Not much, just a little more interview. But let's open this up with talking about, well, we already opened it up. Jill Scott and Tamar Braxton, little I don't even want to. I'm just glad Jill Scott didn't go there like that. Basically, Jill Scott tweeted on Twitter, make sure y'all watch Mary Mary's show, you know, on WeTV, finally a real representation. I don't know if somebody pumped Tamar up in the tweets, or you know, because some people like to at people when somebody else is talking about something, even if they don't say it's about you. Some people might allude to, oh, she's talking about your show or whatever. So Tamar retweets what Jill Scott says and says to Jill Scott, a real representation of what? And I know y'all can picture Tamar saying this. So she's like, a real representation of what? And Jill Scott didn't respond yet. So Tamar was like, she won't go there, 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 whatever. And then I get on Twitter and I look at it and I'm just like, oh, come on now, Jill, you was just, that was so shady. Now, you know it's only 2 black shows on WeTV and the black people only watch either one of them. So, you know, that's not cool or whatever. But, you know, I still love Jill Scott. And I just left it like that. They ain't had nothing else to say about it because everybody knows shade when shade is thrown. At least some people do. So, then Jill Scott says on Twitter, she's not tweeting that to me. She's not tweeting that to me. And then she says, just because I love apples doesn't mean I don't like oranges. And that's all she said about the situation. But my thing is this. You have the #1 show on WeTV right now. Mary Mary is not even checking for you guys. Like, people barely tweet about the show. It never trends. So if you're #1... why would you be so threatened by what another person has to say? You know, let that shit roll off. People are not going to like everything that you do. There are celebrities out there that don't like Beyonce. And they even might have the balls to tweet, I don't like Beyonce. But you don't see Beyonce running up on Twitter, responding to it. Because you know why? Because she's on top of them. She's already on top. She's not worried about what someone beneath her has to say. Sometimes like us on Twitter. I got 22,000 followers. He got 20,000 followers. And what I look like arguing with somebody with 50 fucking followers? You know, it's a non-factor, basically. What's wrong? What?
I'm waiting till you finish. Go ahead.
No.
I don't want to cut you off because I don't want to cut him off.
Oh,
I'm finished.
I'm just,
finish.
You know, I'm just saying, like, you shouldn't feel threatened. And then,
oh my God!
What?
This is not the same Kevin from the other night.
And then,
and I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Hold up, man. I did say what I had to say.
No, but everything you just said is everything I said on
and
that telephone.
Said too.
No.
Okay.
You didn't say. But hold on, I'm saying you may have said it, but you didn't say what I was saying.
But what I'm saying is this though.
Because all the analogies you're using, I use those analogies.
No, I didn't hear you say that.
You didn't hear me say anything about the Twitter and us being more popular than other YouTubers.
No.
You didn't hear me use the Beyonce analogy.
But Beyonce, you always use Beyonce.
Okay.
So I mean, shit. I mean, that doesn't count.
I'm just trying to figure out when you start using her as an analogy.
But what I'm saying is, you should not feel threatened.
That's the same thing.
And then Tawanda jumps in it.
I didn't see that one.
Then Tawanda tells Jill Scott to have a seat.
Oh God.
And I'm like, oh my goodness. I know shade when shade is thrown, but you don't have to acknowledge the presence of the shade, no matter how thick it may be. You know?
But I'm just trying to figure out, when did Kevin start talking like this?
No, because she know how I feel about it. She know, definitely. But it's like, come on. Like, some shit you just gotta let it fly. And don't let it apply, even if it does apply to you. You can make a person feel this small, even though you might acknowledge them to yourself, you should never let them know that you're sweating or anything. Because you can really make somebody feel small. Like, sometimes the Malia stands, they still tweet me 24/7. And do you think I respond? No. I block them. I ain't got time for that.
That's funny because they don't ever hit me up. It must be something about you.
It must have been something that I said that struck a motherfucking nerve.
None of them hit me up. But can I talk now?
Go ahead.
Good. Because I'm just going to be real with y'all. I'm just saying, because you know, I don't remember Kevin saying none of this the other night when I was on the phone with him.
Well, he might not, but I know.
Because I remember everything he said I was saying.
But you weren't on the phone the whole time I was on the phone.
You're right, because you called me and then I told y'all I don't have time for this bullshit, and I hung up. Because I didn't have time for it. I thought it was petty and stupid. But anyway, yes, I did. I'm just saying, because Kevin and Tamar and everybody else thought that it was shade that Jill Scott was throwing.
Oh yeah, definitely shade. Definitely.
I didn't necessarily see it as shade, because I kind of looked at it as maybe Jill Scott may be referring to all of the reality TV shows as a whole, or certain reality shows like Basketball Wives or Housewives of Atlanta, where she's saying this is a real representation of black women. She may not have been trying to diss the Braxtons, because I don't really see. This is why I looked at it the way I looked at it, because I couldn't see why it was that she would have a reason to diss the Braxtons, because the Braxtons don't give you what Basketball Wives and Housewives of Atlanta give you. They don't give you that. They give you that.
Even though they don't, sometimes Tamar can get too much.
Yeah, she can get too much.
Then,
she can get, wait. She can get too much. Yes, she can. But in no way, shape, or form does the Braxtons as a whole give you any bad representation. So therefore, why would Jill Scott throw shade at the Braxton show when their show is not a bad representation of anything? If anything, their show is a real representation of how sisters, especially when we have more than one sisters, how sisters go through things with each other.
And the husbands. So
I didn't understand how you guys thought that Jill Scott was throwing shade at the Braxtons when there's no reason really to throw shade at them, because they're not a bad show. They don't do anything that you'd be like, oh, they are just so ignorant, and look how they talk to each other, because they argue with each other, but then what sisters don't argue with each other? They don't fight each other, they don't raise their hand at each other. So that's why I didn't understand why y'all thought that Jill Scott was throwing shade at them, because there was no reason for her to do that. I could see her throwing shade at shows like Basketball Wives and Housewives of Atlanta, those type of shows.
But let me tell you something.
And I did think that Tamar jumped to conclusions, because I think, like I told her myself, if she would have just really read what was being said instead of assuming that she was talking about them, because, you know, I don't want to say this because, you know, it's old and it's corny, but you know what they say. When you assume, you make an ass out of yourself. You see what I'm saying? And so therefore, that's one thing you don't want to do, especially when you're not 100% sure that somebody is even referring to you. Because like I told you and Tamar, y'all are not really sure that Jill Scott was even throwing shade at the Braxton show. I'm not really sure, because I honestly don't think she was, because like I just said, there's no reason for Jill Scott to throw shade at them.
No, it's not, because don't nobody throw shade at her. But she's
so then who do y'all think that she was throwing shade at? Why did y'all think
she has been known? She has definitely been known to be a shady character from time to time, and I don't have no problem with that, because when I say I don't have a problem with that, it's just like saying, like, okay, as long as you ain't, you know, saying nothing about me, you know. But sometimes I feel that celebrities gotta censor themselves when it comes to some things, because you don't want to upset people's fans. My thing is, I've always felt this way. I don't feel that you should come at others that's in the same lane as you.
But Jill Scott does not have a reality show.
But she doesn't have a reality show. But you know, they're singers. They're all singers too. So what? So it's just like, listen, for me, I just don't think that you should be doing that, or like reality stars coming for other reality stars. Not unless you're on the same show. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for YouTubers dissing other YouTubers. If you don't have nothing nice to say, I feel basically don't say anything. Now we've been, well, first of all, I've been for 11 years, and I know shade when I hear it, and I know shade when I see it or read it. I'm just one of those people that know. And I know, even though Jill Scott would never say it, yeah, I was talking about them. What only other show on WeTV that black people watch?
But wait, but this is
it's the same type of show.
Can I just say this? I need to go back. First of all, I need to go back to two things. First of all, what you said about the whole reality and artists shouldn't, that didn't make sense.
It do make sense.
Listen to what I'm saying.
I don't feel
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Jill Scott does not have a reality show.
No.
Yes, the Braxtons sing. Yes. Yes, Mary sing. Yes. But does Jill Scott have a reality show? No, she does not. So therefore, Jill Scott, when she watches those shows, she's just like you and I, a fan watching these shows. So basically, she can say what the hell she wants to say. It's not that she's dissing them as an artist, saying, oh, y'all can't sing. She may be dissing the show because she may not like the show and how they act on the show. So there's nothing wrong with her doing that. Now, if she had her own reality show and was doing the whole same format as them, then I can kind of say, okay, well, Jill's throwing shade because of the fact she wants people to watch her show. But that's not the case. Number two. What was the second thing you just said? What was the last thing?
Come for other people in the same realm as them.
No, after that. What you just said just now. You just said something about
You need to remind me.
Because I could go. I'm asking you to remind me.
Because I could go. I could go here. Me being able to detect shade.
Yeah, that's what you said. You being able to detect shade. But I asked you, and I also asked Tamar, and neither one of you were able to tell me how it is that y'all came up with the conclusion that Jill Scott was referring to the Braxtons. Yes, what Jill Scott said was, watch Mary Mary on WeTV, a real representation. She didn't say a real representation that's being shown on WeTV. She didn't say anything like that. Because what I got from it is just like how when you and I promote the Braxtons, what do? Watch the Braxtons on WeTV. Because you gotta remember, you even said it yourself when you started talking about the show. Yeah. Not too many people watch Mary Mary's show. So a lot of people may not even know what channel it comes on. So what Jill Scott is doing is watch them, they're on WeTV, and this is a real representation. In no way, shape, or form I cannot even fathom how y'all thought that she was throwing shade at the Braxtons. There was nothing she said that was shady. Like, I asked you and Tamar, and y'all really didn't give me an answer. Y'all just kept saying, oh, well, I know shade when I hear it. And I'm thinking, like, so do I, because I'm one of the shadiest people I know. So I'm thinking, like, that must be shade that really went over my head, because I didn't catch it. I just didn't catch it. I didn't catch it.
We're about to go back and forth saying the same stuff.
No, we're not, because I'm done.
Because I'm done, too. But my thing is this. Don't ever, I don't care what reality star watching right now, what singer watching right now, you don't have to reply. Even if you think it's about you or know it's about you, you don't have to reply to it, because it's throwing water on a seed that doesn't need to grow. You know, you don't have to do that. So let's just end it like that. I want to give a shout out to Rihanna, who performed on Saturday Night Live. She did, what's that, Birthday Cake, and did you see her performances?
No, I didn't get to see her.
She did Birthday Cake, and she did, oh my God, I can't remember.
She did 3 songs. She did Birthday Cake, Where Have You Been, and,
yeah, before she did Where Have You Been, it was something intertwined with cake.
I forget.
Was it, bitch, whatever it was a forgettable performance. That first performance, it was terrible. Rihanna, you lacked energy, you just wasn't dancing right. Like, it was just terrible. But I don't know, somebody must have got in your ear about that performance, because when you came out and did Where Have You Been, you fucking killed it again, to me. To me, you killed it, because she don't be dancing. She don't do that. And I just want people to understand, like, how many times we got to say this? She's not Sierra, she's not Beyonce, she's not Janet Jackson. She is just starting to do this, okay? She's been known to run across the stage, jump across the stage, walk across the stage. Let her get used to doing this. Stop bashing her just because she's dancing. Oh, but she ain't know this and she ain't know that. We already know that. She's been comfortable doing Rihanna. That's why she is what she is today. But I'm glad that she's taking a risk and doing something new. Shit.
Because that's what we've been screaming.
Yeah, for a long ass time. So you ain't gonna see me sit there and talk bad about her.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna talk bad, because I'm definitely not gonna talk bad about her and her dancing, because like you just said, this is all still kind of new to her. So therefore, I give her, every time I see her get up there and dance, especially live, I give her an A for effort. I'm going to always give her an A for effort, because I know this is not what she is used to doing. And I'm just saying, you know. That's like pulling a whale out of the water and telling them to swim. But how is a whale going to swim? They ain't even used to being out of the damn water. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, I will not bash Rihanna. Jesus, I'm coming. I will not bash Rihanna and say that, oh, she's doing, or she didn't, or she missed this, because it's all, like you said, it's all new to her, and she has to get used to it. She has to get used to doing it. She just has to get used to it, and so other people should give her the benefit of the doubt.
Yes. So shout out to Riri. Also, Brandy put her new song, Put It Down, featuring Chris Brown on iTunes. The last time I checked, it was like number 60 on the pop side and number 4 on R&B. I'm going to need all of y'all that love Brandy so much to spend $1.29.
Okay. Because they pop every time Brandy pop out with something new. It's all these new Brandy fans out of nowhere.
So I'm gonna need y'all to spend $1.29 on the single, all Rihanna. Did you just say that?
I said Rihanna. What is going on? Beyonce's talking about Beyonce.
Oh, yeah,
okay. You guys watching? Okay.
All Brandy stands need to be buying this single. All Chris Brown stands need to be buying the single. Please, let's make this single #1 because I need Brandy to have a hot ass album for the summer. Brandy, I don't know what you're doing, boo, but you need to be on TV because TV season is about to be over. Okay, your ass need to be performing on 106 & Park.
It's a TV season.
Okay, it's about to be over.
I thought TV season was all year round.
No, like June, you know these talk shows and shit like to go on break. Yeah, they like to go on break.
My TV's on all year round.
And you know Wendy about to go on rerun for the whole summer. So you need to get up there, learn them choreography. You need to be getting this video together. Let's see some shoots of you, Brandy, getting her video together. On set her video. Brandy, you need to get it together. Excuse me. I'm rooting for you. I feel like Tyra Banks. We're rooting for you. We're all rooting for you. Don't fuck it up in my RuPaul voice. Do not fuck it up. That lip sync for your life. Do what you gotta do.
Brandy don't need to lip sync.
Her and Monica need to get this summer tour together. Whatever they supposed to be doing, get it together.
Brandy's a singer. She don't need to be lip syncing over here.
Well, you know she better not be lip syncing, but sometimes, hey, some girls like to lip sync for their life.
I guess.
So shout out to Brandy. This Azealia Banks chick. Now I still haven't listened to none of her music.
Is that the white one or the black
She's
one?
black. The
dark skin one.
Yeah.
Cause I thought she was a light skin one.
I know Azealia Banks is brown skin and Azealia.
I don't know which one is what.
Iggy Azealia is the white girl.
How they
from
gonna be beefing if
Australia.
they have similar names?
Child, I don't know. I'm gonna just call her A Banks. A Banks is the black chick. So A Banks. Instead of, tweeting from church, everybody, I'm going to church, it's Sunday morning. A Banks is up there tweeting from the books of A Banks saying how Little Kim, whatever happened, her and Little Kim got this little beef going on. She wanted Little Kim on her song, and she wrote the lines for Little Kim, and Little Kim was offended that A Banks wrote the song for her, and then Lil' Kim PR people wrote A Banks a letter saying how unprofessional it was to do something like that, and then they was denying the letter or whatever. So then she woke up Sunday morning saying, and the time it took y'all to wrote this press release, Lil' Kim could have been wrote the song by now. And then she was like, but since y'all want to be saying this about me, I'm going to spill all the tea out. And she said all that she had to say, but it's like, girl.
Well, wait. Let me ask you this: Is it her song that Little Kim is supposed to be on, or is it Little Kim's song that she's supposed to be on?
Her song.
Oh, so she's mad that Little Kim didn't write her verse.
Yeah. Well, yeah. She said that. Well, we all know that you don't write your music. We know you always use a ghostwriter to write your songs.
But how can she? I'm not understanding how she wants Little Kim to be on her stuff, but yet she's sitting there throwing shade at her like that.
Because I guess she felt that shade was thrown at her because Lil' Kim press people released a statement
saying,
I can't remember what the statement was, but whatever it was, it offended the girl. Like, they put out a press release about it, and then they actually wrote her a letter too, on the side, a private letter, saying that's disrespectful to do something like that when Lil' Kim write her own rhymes and everything. So she like, we all know she been using ghostwriters. Then I heard that Keys was writing. She didn't say this.
Wait.
It's a bunch of shit.
It's not making sense. Because first you said that the reason why Azealia Banks, or whatever her name is, went in on Lil' Kim was because they wrote a letter to her.
Look, no. Yeah, they did write a letter to her. They wrote a letter to her, and they put out a press release saying, I believe they were saying like the rumors wasn't true. About that them two was putting a song together.
Oh, so basically saying that she was lying about saying that they were making a song together.
Yes.
And she came out and said, no, that is true. So
my thing is this though. I mean, out of all of that that's going on, this girl, she is creating beef with everybody, and she don't even have a single out or an album out. she's working with, I mean, she came at T.I., she came at his artist, which is fine, because you know they both ain't got no album out, so they can go at it. But it's like when you come at people like Lil' Kim, that's not a good look, because you know they have fans. And if you diss their fans, the person that they stand for, they're not going to buy your damn album. When you diss somebody like T.I., they're like, oh, she coming for T.I., they're not going to buy your album. So it's like, don't create all of this beef when you just, you know, you're knocking at the door. You don't even have your foot in yet. When you start getting nominations for stuff, okay. But I don't think it's right that she's coming at all of these people already.
Nominations, hell, when she started winning stuff. Because there's been plenty of artists who've been nominated. I don't know who they're. Just like look at the BET Awards when all those female rappers was nominated with Nicki Minaj, and I couldn't even tell you what song they had even came out with. I'm just saying. Nominations, hell. Let her win something. I can be nominated too.
Well, we won some stuff.
Yeah, but I don't want to toot my own horn.
I tooted. Boo boo. So yeah, I mean that's how I just feel about this girl. Like I don't know much about her yet, but I don't want her to be in all of these beefs or creating beef just to get people to talk about her.
Yeah, just to get her.
Release your music. Let us talk about that, and then let's try to compare you to somebody else. Cause you know all y'all rappers like to be compared to other people, and y'all like this little beef stuff. But for me, it's not what's for dinner. You know, I don't want that kind of beef for dinner. Arguing back and forth on who's better. You better not say it.
Not. But you actually look small today.
Today I do.
No, I'm just saying you do. You look really svelte.
Well, actually, I got on this scale. I'm 228. I don't know where I'm going to be at for Sizzle.
Wait, what is your goal?
My goal is to be 215 by Sizzle. Huh?
Sizzle one's in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. The best thing I can do is just drink water, and that's it. And exercise. But
that's
I'm
not the best thing you can do.
Well,
why don't you do... Can I ask you a question? Why don't you ever listen to me? You don't never listen to me.
Because I listen to me.
But you shouldn't do that. Because you is not... You're listening to you, but what you are telling yourself is not working.
Well, so I'm halfway there.
You are halfway there, and I'm so happy you are, because I remember when your belly used to be out to here. You look like you was carrying Mariah Carey twins. They look like you carrying Blue Ivy. I'm just saying, but that's a good thing because that means you got one baby out of you. But you should listen to me when I tell you it does not hurt for you to at least go jogging.
No, I don't.
Well, then why don't you listen to me and do it?
Because I have to listen to me and want to do it.
But what you were telling yourself it's not telling you to do it. You're just
right now. I'm at a standstill. That's all. I'll be all right though.
Okay, Nicki Minaj.
I am. I'm at a standstill.
Whatever that means.
Did you have anything else? You know, because you know. It got to be something else before I go in on these basketball wives.
No, just go in. I'm ready for you to go out.
Because this our
no,
last
don't even go. It's not even basketball wives. It's just Tammy and Royce. We'll go in on Royce first.
Tammy, Royce, and Evelyn, because I'm not through.
What Evelyn do?
I ain't through with Evelyn. I'm not fucking through. So let's start off with Royce. You know, Mr. Royce, Robert Reed, Mr. Royce. Mr. Reed was up there, you know, talking to his daughter. Long story short, he know his daughter a hoe. He don't want that man around his baby, his grandson. And Royce know he's right, but Royce don't want to acknowledge the fact that her daddy is right. So what she do? She put on her crocodile tears, start crying. He said, Royce, you're very needy. He asked the boyfriend, do you think Royce is needy? He well, you know, yeah, that bitch is needy. She walked, y'all gonna sit here and do this to me. I can't do it, I can't sit here. So she runs out in the street crying. He goes over there to console her or whatever. He told her, yeah, at times you are needy. She's like, but it's not right that you and my dad trying to come and get the girl by. Royce. Listen, if we see it, what makes you think your father don't see it? You're in Basketball Wives every year with a new man. Every year you have a new man. Or every season there's a new dick in your life.
And she's in love.
Yes.
She's always in love.
Okay. And that man you was with the last time, you shouldn't have dropped that one. I don't know what happened, but I was liking him. I was feeling him.
He looked better than Desmond.
Yes, Desmond looked like, let me tell you something.
That guy was corny last season.
Let me tell you.
Are you talking about the guy who she originally wore the Katie lingerie for him? He was not all that cute.
Which one you talking about? I'm talking about the dark skinned guy that bore the dog. If she wore Kenny
I can't remember his face. But that wasn't the... Oh, my God. It was 2 guys in one season.
Are you serious? No, in 1 year.
Yeah, because remember it was
one with season 3.
Really?
Same year, yup.
Oh, because I'm talking about the guy, the goofy guy who she originally wore the lingerie for, and then he went to Evelyn's, then he went to her show, and then Evelyn was saying that they didn't like him, that he was just using her. Remember him? And then they went and
that's when Susie was saying he was a user. Susie him. I liked him.
That's not the same guy who brought the dog, though.
You sure?
I don't remember.
Look,
I'm not sure.
All I know he's a brown skinned dude. Whatever she wore, but she looked like she always wear kitty stuff to me. She like she go right into Rainbow and get whatever. But Royce, what makes you think we don't see it, boo? Get it together. Stop having all these men around your son, because your dad knows this going on. And he don't want his daughter to look like no hoe on TV, point blank period. And she talking about, don't make me go back to the old Royce. Don't make me do that. And he said, is that a threat, bitch? Is that a threat? Is that a motherfucking threat? He said, bitch, you better go ahead. And he sat there, shook his head, and ate his food.
And you know, she paid
okay. That's what that Shorty paid for. He fucking that food up, shaking his head. He like, I want to.
Steady cutting me.
I said it must have been good.
He ain't look up for one.
Like fuck that bitch. He like got her ass together. So what happened after that? You know, the girls getting ready to go to Tahiti. I guess Jennifer and King wasn't there. Shorty said bye girl, fly girl. I ain't hear with the smart shit she had to say in her mouth. But basically she said bye girl, fly girl, yes. So I don't know what's the deal. Shorty, shut up. So the girl, you know, so the girl's in the car or whatever, and Kesha has this cough. I guess Susie got offended first, and then that egged on Tammy. So Tammy kept saying something about it. Oh, girl, you need to cover your mouth, and you cover your mouth this way. And all that time that was happening, I'm like, bitch, shut up, Tammy. You be trying to find stuff to argue with for nothing. I mean, this is like you're 41, 42, and you're acting like you're 16. You know, this is it's just way too childish that was going on in the car. And, you know, if everybody else was offended by the calls, everybody should have said, cover your mouth. If anybody should have said anything, it should have been Susie, because Susie was sitting next to her. So anyway, you know, Evan like, yeah, she was coughing all the way on the plane, la la la. So the girls get there to the island. I think that Kesha is really just trying to enjoy herself. And while Kesha's trying to talk with the girls and enjoy herself, I mean, you on vacation basically with people that don't like you, but you know you're there anyway. And Tammy is just always finding a reason to throw her face some kind of way to Kesha. And, you know, Susie, like, sometimes I just want to say, Susie, bitch, shut the fuck up. You just lucky your ass not in nothing. Because you skating on thin ice too, bitch. You just doing shit so you don't get, you know, on anybody's bad side. So basically, you dotting your I's and crossing your T's, bitch. That's what you doing. That's why you ain't had no real conflict until that liquor got in you and you got on Tammy about being on food stamps. So, you know, they sitting there and then they start talking about Jennifer. And I'm like, why are y'all still talking about Jennifer? Jennifer will be there and Tammy, oh yeah, I just find it weird that Jennifer's not here and blah, 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 blah. You already know.
You ever notice how Tammy always has to remind us that she doesn't have a problem with Jennifer, but yet she's always saying smart stuff about Jennifer?
Because she's just trying to create this drama or whatever. She wanted to perk up Evelyn. But fuck that. While they were sitting there in Tahiti, I would have rather been hearing about Evelyn. So did you and Chad pick out your colors for your wedding yet? Like, what day is y'all getting married? Like, who's going to walk you down and who's going to do that? That's shit you talk about at a table when someone is about to get married. You want to know, like, how you feeling and everything. And y'all bitches talking about Jennifer. So now y'all trying to hype Evelyn up so when Jennifer gets there, you know, Evelyn and Jennifer could get into something talking about because Evelyn still got shit to say to Jennifer. She ain't get everything the fuck out. Which leads me to this before I talk about Tammy's fucking tirade. I really want to know. Now, someone sent me a video about Much Love from Kentucky talking about it, and I'll drop it in the link down below, talking about the real drama, but I don't think that's the real drama. There is something that went on between Evelyn and Jennifer that makes Evelyn too mad. Because I wouldn't be mad about somebody wrote about me on the blog. If you wrote about me on the blog, it wouldn't be enough to be mad at you for a long time.
Yeah, but that...
Or anybody.
But see... Excuse me. That all stems from Evelyn's pettiness. She's immature. She's petty. She is an attention seeker. She's all of those things. So I mean, you may be right. There may be more to the story, but I seriously do believe that if there was more to the story, either Jennifer or Evelyn would have come out and said it, what it really is. I think that Evelyn is just petty. She's just being petty. And somebody probably also over at VH1 is probably getting in Evelyn's ear, we need you to keep this drama going.
Yeah, I mean, because it's like...
Hello? Because when you think about it, she wasn't going in on Jennifer like this. What would it really be about?
That's the only thing she got. Like, I want to see the drama with her and Chad. Shit. That could have been... Her and Chad's drama could have been like a spinoff of what's to come for their reality show. But that not even goofy. Chad's not even funny.
Yeah,
like he laying here, bitch, shut the fuck up.
I love you and I just... Evelyn, this is the guy you want to be with for the rest of your life?
People don't take marriage seriously these days. No, she see a couple dollar signs. I guess he might treat her well or whatever. But other than that, I just don't see it for them. I don't. And maybe it's just not for me to see. But I just don't see it. Their whole relationship just seems fake. Fake. But anyway, I just need her to stop talking about Jennifer all the time. Because Jennifer got her little 5 colors with Lucid Cosmetics. She's with Nene Leakes. You know, she's getting her little divorce going, settlement going on. Hell, she might just get back with Eric. But Jennifer's doing a good job at, you know, just being Jennifer. So these bitches having fun at the water, you know, at the water or whatever. Just having a good time. They go see the dolphins or whatever. Kesha get out the shark. Yeah, the sharks. Excuse me. Mind you, them the same type of sharks. When I went snorkeling in the Dominican Republic, they're the same ones that was there. And they had the stingrays and everything there. We was having a good time. But, you know, I won't ever do that again. Because you never know, a shark might get mad and bite the shit out of me.
Black people and sharks don't mix.
But this time it worked. It really worked for me.
So next time,
don't ever do it again.
Okay? Because you may not be so lucky.
So,
I'm just saying, sis.
So, you know, they sitting there, you know, Tami just having fun with Kesha, trying to scare her, like, you just a scaredy cat, blah, 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 blah. Then all of a sudden, the girl's just sitting there. And, you know, Kesha is trying to create dialogue with these bitches. So she's asking Evelyn and Royce, actually, showing questions.
I thought she was asking everybody
She was just asking them 2 questions. Okay. So then Tami gets mad, talking about, what is this, an interview? Now let's back this shit up. Let's back this shit all the way the fuck up. When this show first came on, wasn't it you doing interviews with everybody? And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Tami is interviewing everybody. Everybody on the show. She want to know how's Jen doing and blah, 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 blah. Evelyn, what's the tea, girl? Blah, 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 blah. And don't tell me, bitch, you didn't have no interview session with Kesha and Kenya. Tell me you ain't had no interview session with them. So you can't be getting mad at other people for doing the shit that you was already doing. You know, you just can't do that. That's what I'm saying. You 45. Child, let me stop. She 40, acting like she's 16. Then she like, and bitch, what the fuck you say about me? Blah, 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 blah. I heard you said this about me. Don't even know if it's true.
Wait a minute, wait. But then they showed the clip of when she supposedly said it. And who was sitting there?
Royce.
And who else?
And Susie was there too? Oh my God.
Royce was sitting here. Kesha was sitting here and Susie was there.
You about to make me go on even more.
You didn't see Susie standing.
No, I thought I just seen Royce, and that's what I said.
Susie was standing right there.
So I was thinking to myself, so Kesha told Royce and Royce told Susie and Susie
watch the playback. Susie is standing right there. It's just the 3 of them.
So Susie running her motherfucking mouth. You know, this is why you can't be but friends. You know what? There's some shit you don't say. That's what I'm talking about. People don't know how to be friends and shut the fuck up. Just because I might feel one way about Brandon and I tell Den, doesn't mean Den gotta go ahead and tell Brandon what the fuck I said about him. You know? Talking about, and I don't like you talking behind my back. I mean, Tami just really turned into a bitch. And what Shorty called her? She called her a monster. She called her
something.
Something monster. Whatever. But Shawnee, I mean, you mean to tell me there was nothing you could say besides, ooh, I'm making all of this money? Like, Tami, calm down or whatever?
No, you saw how she was looking, right? When they was arguing, she was like this.
Like, it was kind of like they wanted her to do it.
She was waiting.
And this is why I'm not feeling these girls, because they be reeling these girls into traps. They trap them, and then they see what happens. But it's like you already know that Kesha's not going to fight you or pop off with you.
And they had to take her pocketbook.
Yes.
And we can give it back to her. And they got mad because she called security.
Tami, I don't mean you no motherfucking harm. I don't mean you no harm. But baby, you went from being my favorite to my least favorite because of your shenanigans that's been going on in this season. What else does Tami Roman have going on in her life besides creating drama?
Well,
stop taking your actions, stop taking your meanness out from your mom. And I don't mean no harm saying this, but you can't be taking out your actions or your frustrations from your mother onto your other cast members. Because that's going to put you in jail. You worrying about Evelyn going to jail. Bitch, you ain't take your meds that day. You ain't take your meds that day. Because you was calm and everything. You get a little bit of beer up in you, or a little bit of wine up in you, or whatever the fuck she... Bitch was drinking out of a wine glass. Beer out of a wine glass. Beer out of a wine glass. I'm looking at the color of it. I said, that's beer. Other people drinking wine or clear shit. She's drinking beer in Tahiti. Beer in motherfucking Tahiti, bitch. Tami, I really need you to grow up and stop this.
She was drinking beer.
She was. They couldn't have a beer company name there, so they put the beer in the goddamn wine glass, and they did cheers out of that. You cheering up there with Kesha and everything.
And they got wine and she got beer. Bud fucking Light in a wine glass. Okay. What the fuck?
Like, it's like, Tami, like, you can't be, and you can't blame this shit on the producers. No. I need some water.
Remember when she tried to do that?
I'm tired of her blaming the producer. Oh, that's the producers doing that. They editing shit. Oh, they edit that whole shit. If you acting like a bitch to to Kesha like that, the producers got you to act like that because of what you heard her say behind your back. Bitch, people talk behind people's back all the time. Who is you that nobody can't talk behind your back? Okay. Who made you so fucking special?
Who made you? But yeah, she can't.
You talking about Jim behind her back. And you supposed to be her friend. Okay. And you know what? That's all I needed to say. Jennifer is fucking right. With that whole situation with Naya, Jennifer, I gotta tip my fucking hat to you, bitch, because you did what anybody else should do. When you have beef with somebody, I don't give a fuck. If that person works for you and y'all friends, you can't really be friends with them if they work for you, your enemy, because you might be telling her shit about how you feel about her employer, and she go back and go tell Evelyn some shit, and then shit start popping off again. So that's why I commend you for not even befriending Naya doing all of this. And now look what happened. She done show her true colors because she's mad about some damn keys. I wonder if she got her fucking new set of keys. Because bitch, evidently you wasn't getting them back. You wasn't getting them back. But Tami Roman, what else do you have going on besides this drama? Do you have your side businesses?
I just told you.
What?
She got sued and they sent her out of court.
I was so mad.
About the hair. Did you hear about that?
Oh, yeah.
She was supposed to be promoting on the show. But instead of her promoting it on the show, she's promoting it as her own hair. But yeah, she's going around worried about what Jennifer and how many colors Jennifer got. Ain't that about a bitch? Who was that knocking?
This made me so mad. Fuck the hairline. What else you got going on?
Well, she don't have it no more because they done settled out and they sued her ass.
So she can't even have her own hairline because she was supposed to be the...
Not for those people she can't. Because they gave her a pack of hair
To wear.
To wear and promote.
And to promote, okay.
And she did not do that, and instead she started promoting it like it was her hair. Because she was wearing it on that show like it was her hair.
That's why they was trying to get the show off, not to show that episode. And she's saying millions of people will be lose their mind because they don't see. Girl, bye. I would not lose my mind if I ain't see you.
Guess what? Tuesday, I still don't know what hair it is.
I don't even know what it's called. It's not Yaki. Was it Remy? It ain't none of them.
Lawsuit. It's called lawsuit.
Child.
It calls Tami a lawsuit. And she settled out of court.
And Susie, bitch, wait to that reunion. And you know what, Kesha? I'm gonna need you to take some kickboxing lessons.
Okay, because I'm tired of her jumping up and running every time somebody's snapping her.
You can't run from every damn thing. Fuck that. Sometimes you got to fight.
Patio.
Yes. And then Tami had the nerve to steal the bitch pocketbook. And let me talk about that. Now this is where the bully situation comes in. And you claim I'm not a bully, they making us look like that, they editing stuff out. But can they edit you not giving her back that pocketbook?
No, they cannot.
They ain't edit that together, did they? They ain't piece that. You going over, knocking on her door, calling her a bitch, this is why I don't fuck with you.
Telling her to come out.
Yeah, like, come on.
And showing you everyone standing there acting like they trying to stop her.
Like, nobody can say... Shout out to Much Love, because Much Love said this last night. She said nobody couldn't tell Tami to calm down. They friends and everything. They in a different fucking country. Some different countries got different laws and everything. I would call the cops too, but it's like nobody can tell her to chill out because you're somewhere else. You gotta act like a wild fucking animal everywhere you go. We done took your ass to Rome, and now we're taking you to Tahiti, and you acting like you're from the projects in North Philly. Or maybe the projects in Brooklyn, wherever you're from. You know, you're just too... Oh, this one, you know what? Not to bring up Nene, but this make me feel glad that Nene changed a little bit. She calmed down a little bit. Because now she got all her endorsements and everything popping off. And she got a new show. That was something else I had to talk about.
You can't tell Nene nothing now.
You can't tell her nothing, but... She calmed down a whole lot. She calmed down a whole lot.
She calmed down for the worse, not the better.
Because y'all want the drama.
I don't necessarily want the drama, but I also don't want the fake.
Yeah, well,
you don't keep that fake shit. Don't get it.
She can still keep it real without being so fake. You're right. But she's trying to calm it down.
I don't do that. But how don't you do that when just for the first 3 seasons of this 4-season show, you was acting like a damn plum fool. I don't understand. I don't understand. But now all of a sudden, I don't do that because I'm making a Trump check.
I want them to sit Tami down. I need them to sit Tami and Evelyn down and have them really watch themselves. I need them to have them really watch themselves and let them let them get a reflection, you know, their thought of how they look on TV. I think they probably might calm that down a whole lot. I don't know. I hope it would help them. But it's a root cause to all of their problems. And you know, what is the root cause of Tami being so mad at Kesha? Could it be jealousy?
Oh yeah.
Could it be motherfucking jealousy?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. It can't be nothing else.
Kesha
needs to learn how to tell her, bitch, I don't.
Yeah,
the minute Tami would have got smart with me. First of all, I wouldn't even raise my voice the way Tami raised her voice. I just looked at her like the way Kesha did.
She read the shit out of her in that confessional.
And then turned around and said, "What the fuck is she talking to?" Because I know she ain't the fuck talking.
She said, I didn't hear nothing she said. She said, I didn't hear anything that she said.
I would turn around back at her and look at her and say, "You fanny pack wearing bitch. If you ever raise your voice at me like that again, it's going to be hell to pay." Tami, I love you, but boo, you making me not love you. You're doing too much. But that's all I have to say about these basketball hoes, basketball wives, bitter ball bitches, whatever they want to be, ex-basketball wives. None of them married. None of them married. The only one married was married was
Jennifer and Kesha. I mean, Jennifer and Kenya, and they're getting divorces.
And Tami wasn't she?
Oh yeah, she's an ex-wife.
Evelyn ain't no ex-wife. Sure. And Royce was never married to Dwight Howard. He just fucked her like they all fucked her. That's a damn shame. Royce really don't. She really don't get. And then somebody one of my followers had the nerve to say, actually a few of them had the nerve to say to me, "Well, I don't. It's the way her father said it." What the fuck you mean? It's the way he said it? If he would have said it to her nicely, she wouldn't have got it through her head because clearly when he's saying it, she still ain't getting it through her damn head. So what do you, I mean, come on. This is not his friend. This is his daughter. Okay? So therefore, if anybody, if she should be listening to anybody, it should be him. Because he has her best interest at heart.
And that's why she's sitting there crying because
he's telling the truth, and it's hurting her that he's telling the truth, and she don't want to admit that he's telling the truth. Now look, all her business was put out on the internet 2 weeks ago about him cheating her.
She got that egg all over her face.
Oh, but if you let her tell it, it ain't all over her face. It's all over the baby mom's face.
Goodbye.
Boys, you about as dumb as they come, if not dumber.
I want to end this video by saying congratulations to all of the graduates of 2012, be it high school, college, middle school, or elementary school. If you're in elementary school, your ass shouldn't be watching the Scorpion Show. But from the 8th grade, 12th grade, seniors, masters, doctors, whatever, congratulations to all of y'all. And Mikkel's sister graduated from college.
Lincoln University.
Congratulations to Misha. Congratulations also to Miss P. Miss P 9090 Miss TP 9090. That's my girl from North Carolina. She graduated this week, so congratulations to her. I need y'all to go over there and subscribe to her channel because y'all would really love her. She's a sweetheart, and she don't come at nobody. Never been in a Twitter beef. Never cursed nobody out on YouTube. She's just a sweetheart, and y'all will love her. So make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to her channel. And, you know, that's all we got to say today. We'll see y'all later on this week with the new video. Talk to y'all later. Peace.